'82, I was 17, my old man was 55. If you do the math between the two of us, that's 72 years of life. An eternity, so it seemed to me. How could anything live that long? Now I say my folks were only 84 the year that they passed on. For a little while it seems you got time to choose your dreams. Pretty soon you look around and you see 100 years ain't what it used to be. And my grandpa Roy, when he was a boy in 1904, he was taught by men who fought in the actual Civil War. And only 8 decades passed and my high school class put the tassels on the other side. Started on our way full of naivete on the great American ride. The months and years slide past, each more quickly than the last. Pretty soon you look around and you'll see 100 years ain't what it used to be. Oh, Johnny!
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Johnny, hey! Oh, yeah!
Did the guitar face.
Ibuprofen's under buy again in my online shopping cart. Every week I learn of something else I should be doing for my heart. If I use the wrong pillow, I might have trouble getting out of bed. My hair grows in my ears and nose now more than on my head. As a kid, to me, ancient history was something like World War I. But I arrived close to that time than this year as I sing this song. And I'm starting to find I can wrap my mind around life is brief and dear. I can hardly believe my baby girl's turned 26 this year. Oh, a little while it seems you got time to choose your dreams. Pretty soon you look around and you'll see everybody. 100 years ain't what it used to be. Before you know it, you're 63, making plans for Medicare A and B. You look around yourself and you see 100 years ain't what it used to be.
And rolling.
Josh Arnold, investment consultant, brings you Garage Logic podcast number 1662, November 17th, 2025. Record high on this day was 71 degrees. That was in 1953. That is the last chance for a 70 on the calendar. That's our last 70, and that was in 1953.
We broke a record Friday.
Yes, we did.
Yep.
And it was 5 below on the morning of this. Well, at some point on this day, it was 5 below in 1880. Call Josh Arnold at 952-925-5608 for a free 48-minute consultation.
Hail the flashlight king.
And now, from the mayor's office above the boathouse on the east shore of Spoon Lake, it's Garage Logic with Chris Reavers manning Technology Corner, Kenny Olson from the Krabby Coffee Shop, John Haidt in the newsroom, and of course, the rookie. Here is your flashlight king, fireworks commissioner, and the keeper of common sense, your mayor, Joe Soucheray.
I have 3 things to say about football. They'll all come up on Monday Night Sports Talk, but I'm going to make them brief, and I want them off my chest. J.J. McCarthy has got issues.
Yeah.
They might very well be solved. None of this is to rip J.J. McCarthy. But Drake May was drafted after McCarthy?
Nope, he was drafted 3rd overall.
3rd, and McCarthy was 4th.
9th.
And Bo Nix for Denver was drafted 12th.
Correct.
All that tells me is you're rolling the dice trying to find a quarterback.
Yes, you are.
All right, that's all I had to say about that.
And Joe Namath?
I don't even remember when he was drafted.
He was
I'm sure he was a high draft choice.
No, he wasn't. He was maybe a 2nd or 3rd round pick, I think.
He's a good player.
Or at least he was number 13 or something like that.
Brady was a 6th round pick.
That's right.
Yeah.
Second observation.
Here we go. Number 2.
South Carolina lost to Texas A&M 31-30 Saturday.
Big comeback.
And I saw a bit of it, and the part I happened to see was a South Carolina player caught a pass and must have run, 50, 60 yards for a touchdown. Great play. Carolina was really, really controlling that game. And then rather than stop and do the moonwalk in the end zone or do flips or pretend they go bowling, these kids always do something if they score a touchdown. He ran into the tunnel, and he was followed by 3 or 4 teammates. And almost within seconds, obviously, he was returning. And a state trooper, obviously there for security for Texas A&M, because in the South, they love their football coaches surrounded by cops. So this turd purposely shouldered into the South Carolina player.
It was 100% deliberate.
It was one of the most. It was the most Bush League move I've seen in college football.
He had sharp elbows,
and it was just pathetic. And I got to thinking, well, if you're doing that, you moron, in front of 10 million people, what are you doing to motorists? I hope the guy loses his badge. I really do.
It was a douchebag
I want
move.
the badge gone.
Did you see how fast he was relieved of his football duties?
Then they relieved him of his security duties that day.
Yeah.
Well, what
right
a
away.
turd.
Yeah.
What was my third one? Oh, third
Before
one.
you go on, the comments on social media from around the world were fantastic.
Well, the guy ought to be ashamed of himself.
This guy was getting filleted online.
Yeah.
Third.
Number 3.
Third, I was tuned in late to the Sunday night football game, but that happened to be the best time to tune in because who in the hell was playing?
Detroit and Philly.
Detroit was on the move to win the game with seconds left, under a minute or something, wasn't it? 2 minutes left?
It was under 2 minutes left.
And a pass interference call was called on
Detroit.
Detroit. Oh, I'm sorry, Philadelphia had the ball.
Correct.
Were
They were
behind-
going to get the ball back because it was a 3rd down play.
No. Who was winning at the time?
Philly was up 17-9, 16-9, And if Detroit makes the stop,
on?
they're
It was
getting
later
the
than we
ball.
Oh, yeah, if Detroit makes a stop, they're going to get the ball with plenty of time to either tie it or
possibly
win it.
Yep.
And a mythical pass interference call was called on Detroit.
Yep.
And I just thought, you're asking me to disbelieve my own eyes.
Right.
So my point is, it's all on TV. The camera work is beyond reproach. You can see everything you need to see. There wasn't pass interference.
Right.
I know my pass interference.
You know the game.
There wasn't any.
No. And to his credit, Collingsworth called that out right away.
Yep.
So why do you think it was called? Was it just a simple error, or
The ref was on the take.
Or because Kansas City is 5-5, so now the Eagles are the anointed ones.
No, I just think the guy was an idiot.
no, I think he was reading a script.
I have all the info. I'll save it for
Exit
later.
stage right is what you're thinking, Kenny?
Fourth football point.
I don't have one.
Oh, I thought you did. I thought you
I
had a
said
fourth.
I only had three.
A hell of a
No.
Joe Montana was selected in the third round, 82nd overall.
Isn't that something? That's my point about McCarthy.
You never
Nothing
know.
against the kid. You just never know.
You never know.
You just
Chris,
never
you
know.
remind me in certain aspects of a guy we used to work with named Jeff Dubay.
What?
I see a lot of similarities too, Kenny.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Boy, I don't
Yeah.
know if I'd like that comparison.
I don't know where he's going with
Once
that.
trained
referred
radio
to as the
professional.
culture vulture, knew nothing about real life, but knew a lot about sports.
Okay.
I feel this is so important. I want to get to it early.
Did Bob give him that nickname, by the way?
Yeah, yeah. Yatesy.
I'd like to get to this early. I have a cold case in front of us.
Oh.
A cold case, 48-hour ruling. And I feel chagrined. I feel that this fellow, if his facts are true, causes me great shame that I steered him wrong.
Uh-oh.
It's a cold case. Joe, my wife and I have had an issue that has been a strain on our marriage for 25 years.
Uh-oh.
The problem is a 48-hour ruling you made in her favor. And she has lorded it over me since 2000. In the year 2000, while she was away on business for a few days, I purchased a used three-wheeler. Now, let me pause. I would love to say I remember this. I don't. But I don't doubt the emailer. Because among his many jobs, he's the engineer on the Spoon Lake Ferry.
Okay.
Okay, wait a minute. What year was this, Joe?
He's claiming this was in the year 2000.
And he was buying a three-wheeler then. Oh, I like this guy already.
He purchased a used three-wheeler. I duly parked it in one of our outbuildings until I could get a chance to work on it. When the missus returned home, she eventually discovered my new toy. In true GL fashion, I said, "What are you talking about? That old thing? It's been there forever." Because that's what you get to say in the 48 hours.
First step.
I must say that at one point she was pre-law at Northwestern University, and in this situation, she felt she had a case. To your credit, you heard her out because, after all, she was on a roll. You ruled in her favor that I had violated the 48-hour rule because I had purchased the three-wheeler while she was gone. Let me pause right there. I don't think I would have entered that for consideration. Who cares if she's home or not?
Right.
That has nothing to do with the 48-hour
irrelevant.
rule, and I'll tell you why, and because I'm accountable, I'll tell you why in just a moment. You ruled in her favor that I had violated the 48-hour rule because I had purchased the wheeler while she was gone. Now, as you know, lawyers are not necessarily concerned with truth as long as they win their case. Point of parliamentary procedure. In this instance, she convinced you, Your Honor, that the violation was sound because she was gone when I made the purchase. Although that is true, she did not return home until after 48 hours had expired. In other words, she comes home. He's already purchased this, but she comes home. Now, 48 hours go by before she notices this thing.
A long time goes by.
the bit of evidence that she failed to disclose is that she made the discovery 2 weeks after she returned home from her business trip. I have endured the fact that your ruling flies in the face of justice, and she has flaunted it for a quarter of a century, and I can't take it any longer. I demand satisfaction and simultaneously humble request an appeal. Please, in light of this new evidence, reconsider your ruling. If you do not overturn the rule in my favor, I am willing to sweat out the full-on burner look I am sure to get, but it will be worth it. Thank you and good luck, Glenn Moling, Garage Logic Power and Light stationary engineer and part-time propulsion engineer aboard the Spoon Lake Ferry. I am so sorry, Glenn. Based on this new evidence, you should have won that ruling. There's nothing in the legal filings in Garage Logic that say you can't make a purchase while she's gone. I thought I would have made that clear.
Right. I know why you pulled
The
it.
key to the 48 hours is whenever she's around, that's when the 48 hours kicks in.
None of that matters in this instance.
Well, help me.
Matthew,
Yes.
what does Joe do when A, a famous attorney from the Twin Cities calls the show, or B, confronts Joe on the golf course? What does Joe do right away?
Caves.
Yeah, he folds like a cheap
caves
napkin.
in.
He
Caves.
got suckered by
It's not
a
a
brilliant
problem.
lawyer is what happened.
Well, but now under appeal,
Yes.
with my legs firmly beneath me and
Yeah.
standing on solid ground, this fellow has been deprived of justice for 25 years. Are we in agreement on that?
We might have to
Yes.
open up the phone lines and get both of these two on the line and dive into this a little further.
I would be more than happy to entertain their I'll be behind the bench
Your Honor,
with my robes on.
and your gavel.
No, based on this new information, I think this fellow has been wrongly convicted.
Is there any way we could find that tape? I bet there isn't.
What year?
The year 2000. That's 25 years.
Do we have the 2000 mini discs here?
But I mean, how that's needle in a.
We don't
you
know what day though.
Yeah.
Well, possibly Glenn can email us again and try to pinpoint the time.
You give me a week within a week or two.
I can only surmise it was the sound of her voice and the fact that she was brilliant and she's really good at arguing a case that caused you to cave.
Well, but
because
you're making an assumption. You
Yeah,
assume we
I am.
heard from her. I'm not. I think we might have only heard from him. I didn't hear her state her case, or maybe I did. That's why it would really be
Oh.
fun to find the mini.
yeah,
disc.
that's the conclusion I came to
Yeah.
was that she's the one that called the program.
Well, Glenn, if this had come to me today, I would say you are perfectly within your rights to exercise the benefits of the 48-hour rule. And for you new listeners, the 48-hour rule applies to the acquisition of something, usually something of a kind. For example, if you have a snowmobile, maybe you're laying in a second and third one, or outboard motors or whatever, golf clubs,
Motorcycle.
shotguns, motorcycles. I used it with motorcycles.
Yes, you did.
And if your acquisition of said item goes unnoticed by your other half for 48 hours, on the 49th hour, if she notices it and said, "What's that?" you get to say, "What are you talking about? That thing's been here forever."
The 40
You get 40. She gets 48 hours.
But the 48th hour must be fulfilled.
Right. If
But-
on the 40th hour, she said, "What's this?" You're caught. You're done.
But
right.
he said it was in the cylinder shed, and how frequently does she go to the cylinder
Well,
shed?
that's a good point, because he notes it was 2 weeks after she returned from her business trip that she even noticed it.
So your rule, though, does she have to walk by that thing for 48 hours?
It
Or
has
can
to be
it
visible. Yeah, it
Can
does
it
have
be
to be.
tucked away in the cylinder shed?
It's got to be in plain sight for that first
Because
48.
the roommate has no idea what's going on in my cylinder shed. They're coming and going, and
I would
So-
put it this way.
Okay.
In their union, in their marital union, I would imagine she had grown accustomed to the idea that that's where stuff like that went. He had no obligation to display a three-wheeler where she normally parks her car.
but yeah, he didn't put it in the front yard.
No, he had no obligation to do that. He
flowers
put
around
it. He put it where it would have been under normal circumstances in that marriage.
I think.
And if
I
she
think-
wants to go away for a couple of days, that's on her.
Well, she was on a business trip.
That's on her.
She comes
Who was
home.
there?
She comes home, and it took 2 weeks for her to even. I don't understand, Glenn,
Yeah.
how I made the initial ruling.
don't either.
I just don't, because you are right. She's wrong, and she owes you 25 years of what's the word I want? Of making up to you for 25 years.
I think the way the rule is written opens it up for a lot of hijinks and shenanigans.
I'm not suspecting him of hijinks.
But it was kind of hiding. If it's in the cylinder shed, look, I'm already caving to her, anticipating.
You haven't even
her
heard this
call.
woman yet.
Sorry, Glenn.
I'm putting this aside, but I'll hang on to it. My ruling is it's a reverse. He wins on appeal. He was wrongly convicted.
All right.
Harumph.
That's what I'm saying. Harumph. Say, this is the week for the Center of the American Experiment voting on the 2025 Golden Turkey Awards from the Center of the American Experiment. That is the greatest waste of money that the participants in the voting can come up with, and the four finalists are for Walz's legal bill to prepare for Congress, Gold Line bus project, $1 million bathrooms in Bloomington using COVID money, and finally, river surfing on the Rum River. $6.2 million diverted from roads and bridges to make Anoka, Minnesota, the next hotspot for surfing. Oh, yeah. Voting is open. Help decide which project determines the 2025 Golden Turkey Award. The winner will be announced here the Wednesday prior to Thanksgiving. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Visit AmericanExperiment.org to cast your vote for the 2025 Golden Turkey Awards.
'82, I was 17, my old man was 55. If you do the math between the two of us, that's 72 years of life. An eternity, so it seemed to me. How could anything live that long? Now I say my folks were only 84 the year that they passed on. For a little while it seems you got time to choose your dreams. Pretty soon you look around and you see 100 years ain't what it used to be. And my grandpa Roy, when he was a boy in 1904, he was taught by men who fought in the actual Civil War. And only 8 decades passed.
Here's a man who spends hours in hardware stores, sifting through the nuts and bolts of life. Joe Souchere.
Seafoam Deep Creep to the rescue. Use it to silence squeaky hinges on your plow truck or your ancient side-by-side. Use it to clean your battered 1973 Marlin 3030 lever action with a Leopold scope before putting it in the safe after another successful hunt. Use it to get those rusty pliers up and running again. Use it on every little thing, Joe. Every little thing that needs reviving.
Guy down the block said, "You got a feeler gauge?" I said, "Yeah,
Of course.
I need a feeler gauge." So I said, "Okay." Got mine out, and I looked at it, and I thought, when is the last time this thing was used?
How's that happen?
All the feeler blades were frozen in rust together. They were
what
just
is
solid hunk of crap.
It just sits in your toolbox.
It sat
How
in
does
the-
that happen?
I don't know. It sat in the toolbox. I sprayed it with Deep Creep. I'm not lying. 30 seconds, every gauge was free.
And that's why you need a can everywhere. So you don't have to go traipsing out to the garage or wherever to find it. Keep one in the house, keep one in the garage, wherever you store your cylinders. The real planners keep a can of Deep Creep in their vehicle. That's being prepared. It's an amazing product and more effective, actually, than any other product on the shelf. And you know what? It smells better, too. Deep Creep, an amazing product in a world of rust and corrosion.
Kenny, in your absence, maybe you missed this, but I was sent a picture of Deep Creep by my bride.
Oh.
It says underneath, FYI, the dog's toggle on his leash was rusted, and I used this to open thanks to Kenny.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Is that what that text was that you sent to me that I didn't read?
The little thing wouldn't work on the dog's list, so she sprayed the hell out of it and it opened right up.
Need a can everywhere.
Did she have to point out where it was on the shelf?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
We received information this morning from one of our trusted moles.
Yes, sir.
In fact, I would put him at the top of the mole.
Oh, yeah, he's pretty high up there.
100%.
Top of the mole heap. And I have in front of me the news release he has made us privy to. Hang on to your hats.
Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen.
Uh-oh.
For immediate release, and this was dated the 15th, so that's Saturday. Immigrants, community organizations, and businesses call press conference on media and targeted state oversight harming minority-led providers. Minneapolis, Minnesota. A coalition of immigrant and minority-led nonprofits, community organizations, and small businesses will hold a press conference today, Monday, November 17th, at 11 a.m. at the Minnesota Somali Community Center to address what they describe as a harmful, politically motivated actions by state agencies and media that are disproportionately targeting minority-led service providers. Perhaps they mean me. I have stated that not all Somalis appear in the news, but all Somalis who appear in the news are thieves. Maybe they're talking about that kind of media coverage.
Okay.
The state agencies like the Minnesota Department of Human Services has implemented an expanded prepayment review process for 14 Medicaid-funded services, many of which are primarily delivered by immigrant and minority-owned agencies. Claims are now reviewed before payment, allowing delays of up to 90 days even when no fraud or wrongdoing has been found. These services including adult companion care, community first services and supports, non-emergency medical transportation, and others are vital to seniors, people with disabilities, and vulnerable families. Community-based organizations and providers report sudden payment holds, severe cash flow crises, and a lack of transparency and due process. Many said they feel criminalized and intentionally targeted while simply serving high-need populations. Leaders across the community argue that minority-run providers are being used as red meat for political points, creating fear, instability, and the potential closure of trusted grassroots organizations. I don't trust you. Monday's press conference will feature impacted providers, advocates, and families sharing firsthand how these delays and heightened scrutiny threaten critical services across Minnesota. So that was supposed to be today, and apparently it has been delayed.
I forwarded this to Mr. Hauser. Hauser then got back to me and said, I believe that the press conference at 11 has been postponed because they couldn't get the room reserved.
Okay. So, before I go full blast nuts, I probably should wait and hear what they have to say. But what it sounds like to me is they've tried this game before and they won. And that's when they sued the Department of Education to say, hey, you got to keep paying us.
The check's got to keep coming.
And Omar Fateh was among those who lobbied Keith Ellison on behalf of, hey, you can't be stopping these payments.
This was a successful tactic.
So now they're trying it again because Walz, who has let the state go to ruin, too late has said, well, you better exercise more scrutiny on some of these applications for money.
Even though a week ago he told us that they don't have that kind of power to
Yeah,
stop the fraud.
yeah. So, well, he was lying.
Oh, I'm sorry.
was
You're
lying.
right. Yeah.
So here they are now. They got their dander up, saying, "Well, we can't wait till you examine us. We need the money right now.
I'm going to need all that.
I already ordered my car.
Do
Let's
you
go
think
here."
I'm going to stand here
Yeah.
and let you badmouth.
What did we call that?
Ottering.
They're ottering.
Yeah.
They're ottering the taxpayers of Minnesota by saying, "Do you mean to tell me?
Hold up now.
You mean to tell me that we're supposed to sit here and not get paid when we're trying to do this noble, virtuous work for certain communities in Minnesota? You have the audacity to say you're actually going to examine our business to see if it's on the up and up?
What's wrong
Just
with
We
you
can't.
people?
What's wrong with this country? We're not going to let you sit here and tell us that this is not a free country.
And then behind the music, the Somali national anthem comes up correctly
right.
And
to
then
a
somebody walks
crescendo.
through with the new Minnesota flag, which might as well be the Somali flag.
Well, it's because we had to get rid of that terribly
That was
racist old
racist.
flag. Yeah.
Didn't you know that?
Yeah, he had to go to Austin, Texas to tell people.
I heard that. Yeah.
Okay, here's the deal. There are legitimate operations.
Sure.
Probably. Maybe 2 or 3. Who knows? There are legitimate operations.
But
this really, really sounds suspect to me. These are not only are Somali thieves very good at thieving, they're extremely bold. I've said before, these people. I wish they were on our side because they'd have this place straightened out in about 30 seconds.
they get stuff done.
They get stuff done. They get their money. But they're not on our side. They're on the side of thievery. The people who are guilty, of course, of thievery.
Would the likes of Ilhan and or Fateh have the guts to show up at this press conference?
I believe they
I
would.
think- I
Yes,
think so.
I
Yeah,
believe they
I do.
would. So here's another interesting thing about it. Who did they send this press release to? Because when you called Hauser today, he was unaware of
Yeah,
this.
he had no idea.
And Hauser's on top of this as much as anybody in the Twin Cities.
Right.
So how could he? Who did they send this press
Well,
release
think
to?
about it. Had-
the mole got it. Our mole got
That's
it.
what I was just about to say. Had he not forwarded it to us, we wouldn't have
No,
received it.
I didn't hear this, and I looked it up on what we call the Google.
There was no signs of
I
it?
couldn't find any corroboration of this press release, but I don't doubt its veracity for 1 second. I'm holding it in my hand. There it is.
Right.
The mole sent it over. Okay, who did they send it to?
That's a great question.
Who's
Why
sympathetic
would
to
they
their
be?
cause?
Yeah, I was going to say how.
Star
how
Tribune.
Yeah, why
Maybe
would
the
they be
Star
selective?
Tribune received the and Channel 4. They'd be sympathetic.
The View.
The View. Isn't that something? We feel we're being put upon because you've actually decided to see if we're legitimate or not. That's what this says. It says, well, here, I'll get you their exact language. The state agencies like Minnesota Department of Human Services has implemented an expanded prepayment review process for 14 Medicaid-funded services, many of which are primarily delivered by immigrant and minority-owned agencies. Claims are now reviewed by Optum before payment, allowing delays of up to 90 days, even when no fraud or wrongdoing has been found. Well, I got news for you. If this had been done from day one, there wouldn't have been any fraud.
Right.
There wouldn't have been any. This is a bed you made, and now you have to lie in it because it's because of the thievery that this state, years too late, with no oversight by an incompetent governor, has let all of this happen. So now, finally, because he can't get away with it anymore, he has said, well, we better check on these people. And DHS has said, yeah, we'll tighten up our reviews for money. Now, because they're doing that, you're bitching.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Bold as the proper word.
They are the boldest thieves we've ever encountered. And
Very bright,
and they're
though.
damn good at it.
Yeah, very bright.
They're just laughing at us.
They're using their genius for evil.
It is odd, because they're completely playing a mind game on you. They're using American conventions to say, how could you possibly treat us like this when we're providing these services for people who are most greatly in need? How could you ever do this to us by delaying our request for money for 90 days while you review us?
Clearly, you're doing it because you're an Islamophobe.
Yeah, clearly we're racist, we're Islamophobes, we're not kind people. You're all full of
Stuff.
manure.
You know, I believe you said this a while ago, but it is true in this case as well. The fact that I guarantee you all of them don't think they're doing anything wrong. Or many of them, I should say, probably think they're not even doing anything wrong.
This is a beauty, though. This is really a beauty.
How dare you report on our fraud?
How dare you look at us?
You're just picking on us. You're picking on us.
That's what they're saying. You're picking on us because we're
Even though-
minority based.
Even though
And you know, the sad part is that there's really no one in government to have the reaction we're having. Walls is not going to have the reaction we're having. Keith Ellison's not going to have the reaction we're having. Whatever temporary head of DHS, the third or fourth one, whatever she is, she's not going to have the reaction we're having.
Well, that's divided by the party.
The reaction, right. There's another way to say this, then apparently, is no DFLer is going to have this reaction.
Well, what about Chloe Her?
I would hope she would have this reaction.
I do too. I think she would, actually.
I don't think she'd probably find a much more charitable way to state it than I have, but she would
Probably.
have this reaction because this is outlandish. This is basically. Can they go into? Maybe when they go in to get a mortgage at a bank, they say, "I want the mortgage now. You have no right to question my ability to pay it."
and I demand that.
I need
I'm
a
Somali, so-
$250,000 loan right now.
And I don't want to pay interest.
Boy.
I don't like to pay interest.
Sign me up for that one.
Yeah.
What's my interest rate?
I can convert.
Keep it below 6, and I'm happy.
Or it's part of Somali law that you can't charge interest, isn't it? But never
Yeah.
mind. I don't want to go down that road. But this is going to be worth watching. If in fact they were over enthusiastic and they really didn't have the room booked properly at the Minneapolis Somali Community Center on Park Avenue,
What would
then
be
then the press conference has to be held at some other time. I don't know if that's today or tomorrow or later
Why not
this week.
that fancy restaurant that all
Yeah,
politics?
why
have
don't
to
you go to the
through?
safari and hold
Safari.
this?
what would be booked there right now on a Monday morning though?
I don't know. I have no idea.
You know what? That's a very good point.
That person or that group wouldn't step aside and say,
Right.
your work is a little more important than our exercise class, which gives me a great cartoon bubble.
No, I know what you're thinking. The Army training video that we were watching a couple of years ago,
Yes.
where they're all out of
They're
sync
trying to do
jumping jacks.
They don't even know how to do a jumping
Well,
jack.
let's put it this way: the state can't fall for this. If they fall for this, because basically what this is requesting the state to not exercise any oversight over them.
But the person
Now they might be legal. Maybe that they're talking about 14 groups they managed to find that aren't stealing money. But that's not the point. You've already created such a dilemma in this state by the $1 billion you have stolen that it's not only about time the state looked at every application for money, but it's way too late. And that's your fault, Somali thieves. That's your fault.
So, if this press conference does actually come to fruition, who do you think is going to give the responsible opposing viewpoint? Do you think it's going to be Governor Walz?
No.
Do you think he's going to foam at the mouth and spit and yell the way he does when he talks about Trump or Republicans?
Yeah, this is so amazing. This is one of the most. No, it's not the most amazing turn in it. The turn is they've done this before.
right? Yep.
Wow, that's amazing. You know, you want to make stuff like this make you want to pick up and leave.
Sure does, Joe.
If you're moving your business or you want to move it or you want to expand it or maybe you're thinking about starting a brand new business from scratch, take a look at Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Very business-friendly tax environment in that neck of the woods. No personal or corporate state income taxes. Sioux Falls is growing, 300,000 people, centrally located, large, well-educated workforce. Cost of living is low. Contact the Sioux Falls Development Foundation. They'll steer you to the right resources you need. Sioux Falls voted best number one small city for business and careers by Forbes magazine. And as I said, a very business-friendly state. Low business costs, high quality of life, no state, corporate, or personal income tax, no inheritance tax, no limits to what your business can achieve, and entrepreneurs are welcome. Find out everything you need at one word, SiouxFallsDevelopment.com.
not your mother. The Joe Souchere Show.
Awaken 180 Weight Loss is here. If you're deciding to make a switch, you know what? You want to live a healthier life? Then Awaken 180 Weight Loss, I cannot recommend them highly enough. It's a very easy and user-friendly way to meet your weight loss goals. It's very simple, too, and you can find out for yourself on their website, which is awaken180weightloss.com, 180, by the way. It's simple. You eat to lose weight, and it's a program that's worked for thousands and thousands and thousands of people. And you know what? I think you'll be happy if you go that route as well. You get one-on-one personalized coaching, and my gal is Emma. I talk to her once a week, and she keeps me on track. You can also call them today at 844-346-1800. But it's a really easy program to use. There's an app that you download on your phone that can follow along, and you know what? It keeps track of everything, your weight loss gains, your goals, everything like that. It's fantastic. But you can still go out. You can still tailgate. You can still even have drinks, and it's going to work for you. Like I said, you eat to lose weight, and it's a fantastic program. I'm down 11 pounds already in just a couple of weeks. So again, awaken180weightloss.com. Please do me a favor and mention that you heard about them on the Garage Logic podcast.
Let's return to this press conference news release. Claims are now reviewed by Optum before payment, allowing delays of up to 90 days even when no fraud or wrongdoing has been found. Well, we don't know that because it takes a while to determine if there's fraud. What is Optum?
Optum serves specifically is what will be doing the data analytics for the government. As a United Health Group, is owned by United Health Group. They provide health and care management services to federal government, primarily military service members, veterans, and public health initiatives.
Okay, so they must have a contingent in their business that will take a look at these applications.
Yeah, they do IT and technology consulting.
Yeah.
So I imagine it's just a system that will flag what they would consider a payment that is of high risk or is too high.
Yeah.
And then they will send that to the Department of Human Services at the Minnesota government, who will then declare if it is a viable payment or if it's a fraud.
A question for Gabe. Is that just a simple computer application, or is it actually people sitting there examining these applications?
I think it'll be people sitting there examining.
I personally would disagree. My guess is it is a computer system that they would have, which would flag it at some capacity, and then someone at Optum would declare that they need to send that to the government.
Okay. Oh, you mean the state computer system?
No, it would be Optum's.
No, Optum has a program, Joe, that just scans all these, throws out red flags, and then that's where Gabe said a human probably steps in, looks at them, and then forwards them to whomever.
Okay, what would the red flags be?
Yeah.
Well, they're reviewing right now 14 specific high-risk Medicaid services, including kind of what you were talking about, the adult companion, the day services. Most of those claims will take them around 30 days, and then they kind of, if it's too high than what it normally should be, or if it's too fast compared to when they last did a payment, or certain parameters that are kind of, when you were talking about feeding our future, they fed the entire town of people, but the entire town wasn't under that.
I guess what I was imagining is, the Acme company puts in for $2 million because they're offering companion services. I want somebody to go knock on the door of the Acme company to see A, if the Acme company exists, or B, if there's anybody there.
Yeah.
You think that will happen?
I think that could happen, and I'll tell you how that would. If Acme does that $2 million, Optum would flag that and send that to the government, and then the government would then, I think, be liable to go and knock on their door and say, hey, do you actually need this $2 million? And then because it was flagged. But I don't think the government is proactive enough to go out there and do what you're saying.
No, and I'm not. They've never have done that. So I mean, Jay Coles does that on behalf of the Minnesota public, but the government has never done it, as far as I'm aware.
No.
Yeah.
Gabe, we should address this tweet you just sent out because these numbers are staggering.
Of the non-government office or organization.
You think the government's going to step in based upon what I'm reading right now that Gabe just posted to the Garage Logic Twitter account?
What do we have?
You want to read it or go ahead, Gabe?
So basically, I went into how much money the government from the state level will give to a non-government organization, because I feel we repeatedly see that they're trying to switch from government spending to a nonprofit. So I kind of did a deep dive on that. And I made it correspond to the state spending every year. And right now we're resting at about 40% of what the state spends, they dish out to a non-government organization. So it's not a question on if these services are actually needed, because we know that a lot of these companies are actually doing the work that they're saying they're doing. But it's a question of we don't have the oversight to make sure that these these non-government organizations are actually completing what we're giving them money to. And then we end up with billions of dollars in fraud because nobody at the government wants to follow through where the money is going and follow that trail.
Read the tweet.
So I'll start at the top. Minnesota taxpayers, you need to see this graph. Here's the part nobody is posting. In just 10 years, state payments to nonprofits and NGOs have quietly doubled from $11 billion a year to $22+ billion a year. One out of every $3 that Minnesota spends at the state level, more than we spend on roads, courts, and the prisons combined.
Pause. Wait. That's now 1 out of every $3 that we spend on that. Wow.
We must live in the most corrupt state in the United States.
Well,
In
let's
the
give
world.
California a little credit here. I think they're number one. We might be number two.
How can they be?
They couldn't be worse than this.
But you guys,
So some
36% and still climbing in 2025. That's what Gabe posted, was 26 in 2015. Keep in mind, half the state's budget goes towards education.
Okay, I got another question for you. Why then do we need the nation's fourth largest legislative body? They're not doing the work that they've been elected to do if we keep pawning it off to nonprofits.
That's a great question.
Why do we need what is the point of these people on the third rail going through their theater every session? They're not doing what they were elected to do if they're turning this over to nonprofits
and these aren't even charities.
and NGOs, non-governmental organizations.
You named it, theater. That's exactly what they're doing.
We are, as Minnesotans, we have been fleeced
Yep.
in many, many ways.
And this guy's got the gall to run again for governor.
Probably to keep himself out of jail.
Nobody cares, though. That's the problem.
I think people do, Kenny, but I just think there's far more people that have no idea this is going on.
Yeah, that's a much better way of putting it.
Based on my
Correct.
observance
Correct.
of the Minnesota populace, no one's paying attention.
Right.
No one's.
I
Although
think-
with the new wave of increased property taxes throughout the state, people are taking notice.
The Star Tribune posted an online story about that very thing this morning, and it's getting criticized wildly.
Imagine, if you will, if we didn't blow an $18 billion surplus.
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah, what's that number going to be like once 2026 hits and the Paid Family Leave Act starts? And that number's going to
That's another boondoggle.
That number's going to continue to keep going up. 36% of our budget?
It's a direct affront to the people trying to do business in this state.
Well, we also have a $500 million surplus that's going to be at the end. That's projected,
Yeah.
which I imagine that will go as easy as water down a river.
Yep. Oh, boy, we live
Love
in
it.
wonderful times.
Do we?
No.
Oh.
Well, I might as well stay on the track, huh? I've been sitting on this one. I don't know why I've delayed getting to it. It's from the Center of the American Experiment. The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program is known as SNAP, right? under walls. Since 2018, Minnesota has seen the biggest expansion of SNAP benefits in the United States. Wow. In the United States. The reports show that in 2018, SNAP assistance, the amount of federal government sends to states to finance the program, totaled $660 million for 2023 dollars in Minnesota. In 2018, $660.6 million in Minnesota for SNAP benefits. The record also shows that by 2023, this had increased to $1.5 billion. This real terms increase of SNAP insurance in Minnesota of 128.2% between 2018 and 2023 was the largest among the 50 states. I got the graph here. You can go to the smallest increase in SNAP benefits over the same period was Montana, just for the hell of it. The total federal issuance covers both the benefits distributed to households and about 50% of the administrative costs of running the program. It follows that this total amount of SNAP issuance can change either because the number of enrollees changes, the amount which each enrollee receives changes, or administrative costs change. But look at go to the Center of the American Experiment website. Look up these graphs. That's incredible. The average monthly benefit received by each of these households rose in real terms by 65% in Minnesota between 2018 and 2023, an increase second only to that of New Hampshire. As a result, the average monthly SNAP benefit payout in Minnesota in 2023, $429.06, was higher than in 45 of 50 states. Figure 4 shows it's 17.3% above the national. I cut off there. You got to go look at the charts. Minnesota is second to New Hampshire in real change in average monthly benefit per household. It's first in the nation on the percentage increase of money spent. It's the biggest expansion in the country.
That's great.
Okay, well, that's fun for Monday. Did the Vikings win?
Nope.
What more could you want in terms of making a judgment for yourself on how this state is governed if you lead the nation in the number of people who need SNAP benefits? That would tell me that the jobs aren't there, the money isn't there.
The cost of living here is outrageous.
The people have fallen on hard times. And it's all under the worst governor in the country. It's on him. I don't see any other way to look at it.
There's no other way to look at it.
It's just. By the way, when are you going to call the town of Iota for me?
Oh, do you want me to do it? You want to do this
well,
first?
Let me set it up. You want to do an ad first?
Yeah, let's do that, and then we can come back to that.
I would like to tell you that, and I've warned you, I hope it's not too late for you to get your garage door taken care of before the winter. It feels like winter today, doesn't it? But if you need a new garage door, get a hold of Precision Door. Precision Garage Door. They have models of doors for every budget. They send out a designer. You sit there and chew the fat. It's all free, that consultation. And then if you get a new single door, it's $100 off for GLers, $200 off. A double door for GLers. If you love your current door, but she's making a little racket that makes you nervous, They're offering a noisy door tune-up special for $149. Have the whole thing checked out. Get ready for the cooler weather because annual maintenance reduces wear and breakdowns of your door, and you don't want to stumble out there in the middle of January and your door doesn't work. Book online at precisiondoormn.com or call Precision Door at 612-263-6985 to schedule your free on-site new door estimate or book a noisy door tune-up special with Precision Door.
Yeah. Play the other one.
Fighting the demagogues of diversity, it's Joe Souchere.
It's North American Banking Company, here for you and investing into your success since 1998. And back in 1998, they made a promise to deliver a better banking experience where you get to know your banker and they know you. And while a lot has changed since then, this commitment to being a true community bank in the Twin Cities, that has not. And you do get that feeling anytime that you walk into any one of their 6 Twin Cities locations, whether it's Roseville, 50th and France, Woodbury, Hastings, Shoreview, and Maple Grove. They offer all of the services as those other big national banks. And you know what? You would think, being a small community bank, that they wouldn't have the technology like the other banks do. No. They have all that mobile banking options, you know what, just like the other big national banks. And it's very convenient and also very easy to use. So find out for yourself today. Check them out online. It's nabankco.com to learn more. Once again, it's banking done differently. North American Banking Company, member FDIC, is an equal housing lender. Joe?
Okay.
Such, can I make an observation?
Yeah.
Are you going to call IOTA now?
Yeah. It's Iowa.
Today. I'm just observing and repeating what you've said. AOTA, IOTA, and EOTA. The only thing you haven't said is OOTA and UOTA. You've used almost all the vowels when pronouncing this town.
Friday, the name Iota came up.
IOTA?
That's how I pronounced it. No, Iota. What is it?
You just said AOTA
I've been
off the
saying
air.
Iota all my life.
You just said AOTA off the air.
Aorta.
Aorta, part of the heart.
Over. We're going to call somebody in wherever the hell this is called. EYOTA. I pronounce it Iota.
Let's get to the heart of aorta.
And people are telling me, no, it's Iota. I like Iota better. So if I'm going to be corrected, I want to get it from a professional.
First of all, tell me where IOTA is.
It's up near St. Cloud.
Stone's throw.
It's east of Rochester and north of I-90.
East of Rochester. There's not much room between Rochester and the border.
Right.
Yeah, it's on US 14.
So that's where Iota is. Iota.
AOTA?
Iota. I pronounce it
Iota.
Iota. Somebody tell me. Get somebody. Who are we talking to here?
Settle down.
Yeah, who is this?
Renee was nice enough to join
Renee.
us from the city office.
Hi, Renee.
Hi, Renee.
Hi.
How do you say the name of that podunk town where you live?
Come on.
Hey, be nice. Come on.
It is Iota.
No, it's Iota.
No.
I just heard him say AOTA, too, by the way.
Your name?
Yeah, we hear it pronounced all sorts of ways, but yeah.
Renee.
Renee, you are very nice to join us. We
Renee, I have been pronouncing it all my life, Iota. I'm willing to be corrected because you are professional. You work for the city of Iota?
Iota, yep.
Iota.
Yep.
I appreciate you. And
have you lived there your entire life, Renee?
No, actually, I don't even live in town. I just work here.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
So, have you ever heard of the show Garage Logic?
I have not.
Yeah, well, then I'm going to continue to pronounce it
No,
Iota.
you guys, she
No,
was nice enough to
you're not.
join.
Renee,
Who-
thank you.
No, we're not done with her. Who is your hated neighbor up there? Which town is the ones you guys really, really hate?
I don't
Dover?
think we have
St.
one.
Charles?
No, they're in cahoots with Dover, aren't you?
Yeah, we have a school with Dover.
Yeah,
so,
for football. Yeah.
Marion?
Yeah. Yep. No. We do fire with all of the towns around here, so, yeah. It's kind of a small community. So we kind
And
of
when you
rely
need
on each
to,
other.
when you say you live in the country, right?
I actually live in Zumbrota.
Oh, way up in Zambroda. Oh,
Is it a pleasant day today in Iota?
It's kind of cloudy. We're supposed
Okay.
to get some rain and snow later. So
Iota.
Yeah.
Iota.
I was just going to ask you, when you say you're going to run to town, what town do you run to?
Usually Rochester.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
Yep.
Well, Renee, you've been very helpful, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
One more
Well,
time.
you're welcome.
One more time
What's that?
for the official record. One more time. It's
Iota.
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 Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Renee.
Thanks, Renee.
Yep, you're welcome.
Bye-bye.
50 years of listening to school closings, and I swear they said iota.
They may have. They may have.
I swear they said iota. Because all my town pronunciations in the state of Minnesota were learned to me
Yeah.
On the neighbor?
on the old neighbor back in the 60s when the kitchen dial was frozen to their station by virtue of kitchen grease.
They learned you?
They learned me that it's pronounced iota. Their school was going to be closed because of snow. And now I learned from a woman who would know, she works there, it's iota.
Next time I drive down to Harmony, I'm going to stop in Iota. And I'm going to go, there's a Mexican restaurant right there on Main.
Really?
Los Corrales.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the
Authentic.
corral.
Authentic.
Nothing
Chris,
better than an authentic.
There's a
Mexican.
town just west of Zumbrota that I wish I lived in called Wanamingo.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Wanamingo.
And if I was part of Wanamingo,
Yeah.
the city council, I would officially put a question mark at the end of the town.
Wanamingo?
Wanamingo? Put that up on the water tower. Wanamingo?
Sure, why not? I got some time.
Question mark.
Geez, I blew a 48-hour rule. I've
It's been a rough one for you today.
mispronounced iota all these years. I feel
We're about to
terrible.
get sued because we covered fraud.
Yeah, we're just racist Islamophobes because we don't understand the need to question the ability to check out your business for its veracity, but it's iota. Boy, oh boy! After all these years, it's iota.
No.
Iota.
He's still going to butcher it too, isn't he?
He doesn't even know he's doing it.
You know, since we're on the topic of
I hope it doesn't come up again.
southeastern Minnesota,
Yeah.
I had my wife, who had taken all the leaves on our 2 huge maple trees that had fallen, blew everything into a giant pile. So I called around and got some estimates, okay? I called 1-800-JUNK. They were too expensive. I called another place. That was $450.
Wow.
I got a call back from a guy, Larry, who does his work down in Red Wing.
Yeah.
And he gave me a quote after seeing the pictures of about $250
Yeah.
to remove the leaves. And then he followed it up with, well, I got out of the hospital yesterday after I had a toe infection to the bone where
Jesus.
they removed part of my toe. But I can make it up there by 2.
Are you kidding me?
You can't hire a guy without a toe.
I said, I'm not going to watch this guy bag leaves
No.
out there while I'm eating Cheetos and watching football.
Are you got
you
the bad
telling me
toe.
Yes.
you are not capable of dealing with yard work anymore? Is that what you're telling me?
I thought you could just call somebody that would have a huge suction thing and it'd be over in 15 minutes and they'd charge me $100. Well, I ended up doing it on my own and I did it by myself because I couldn't stand the thought of 9-toed Larry coming up.
Can I
and
ask you a question?
bagging leaves.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Did he say, you should have said to him, I can get you a toe by 3 o'clock?
I should have.
No.
You know what? I'll let you do it for $200 and I'll get you a toe by 2
Now, let me
o'clock.
ask you something. Don't you ever have signs in South St. Paul that say street sweeping Tuesday? You know, we have
No,
those.
the Mayor Francis in South St. Paul, they don't put up signs. They just sweep them.
Well, then why didn't you just leave them there?
Well, but
Too many.
See, can I have my leaf rant now?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
Perfect.
I'm sorry, Larry, if you're a listener.
All my life, I don't rake leaves, and all my life, I've never understood what the problem is. They're part of Mother's Earth. They'll just go away. Don't worry about it. They just become fertilizer for the grass or whatever happens. And I don't want to hear this BS moaning about, no, they create mold.
Yeah, winter
Well,
kill.
so what?
Well, if they're piled that
So
high,
what?
If they're piled that
They
high,
shouldn't
will.
have been piled that high. You should have never touched them in the first place.
No.
Why don't you
Let
just
it go.
walk through our front yard?
What I do is just bag it. Your
No.
last lawn clip.
This was. I'll show you the pictures during the break.
Mine were done, by the way. But I don't do it. I don't rake
We
leaves.
use a lawnmower, a leaf blower, a rake,
Yeah.
2 tractors, one with a loader, the other one with a manure spreader
I
attached
just
to
don't
it.
get it. I just don't get it.
We put them on the garden after we put manure on it for the winter, and then I have a big compost pile that I dump them all in.
If somehow we could
where were you when I
relive,
needed you?
if we could relive the days of being able to burn the leaves in the street,
Yesterday.
I would rake.
Yesterday, Joe, the guy lives a mile away, and I could smell it at my house. It was. I drove over there, and it was like a Pink Floyd concert. It was, or you know how it is right after they stop shooting the fireworks off,
Yep,
that fog of
Oh,
smoke.
yes.
That's exactly what it was like. It was so cool.
One of the world's greatest smells.
Yep.
But we're afraid of that now. We can't do that.
Wait a minute.
that's bad.
I thought you were opposed to backyard fires.
That's leaf fire is different.
He doesn't like the smoke. He would enjoy the smell of a burning leaf.
Thank you for speaking for me.
Yeah.
That's Americana, is what it is.
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So there is a difference, is what I'm.
To me, there's a tremendous difference.
Got it. Okay.
Once in a while, I'll scoop up a small pile and just light it for the kids so they know what they're missing.
This is what it used to smell
Back
like.
in my day.
Back in my day, this is what it smells like, and you should know that.
That's what you got to know.
Okay, thanks, Grandpa Dum Dum.
Meanwhile, my grandpa's burning trash, tires, old gas cans.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, well, that's just what we did.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to take a time out. here.
Okay.
This guy wears many hats, just not indoors. Joe Souchere.
Let's continue the music with, I believe Jesse sent this.
Yes, I think Jesse's the one that created it. Yeah.
It's an ode to Marjorie Johnson, but it's done. Does he use AI, I wonder?
I believe that's why he sent this, because of our conversation about the country song from last week and how easy, I'm not saying doing this is very easy, but how simplistic it can be to make a song.
Well,
pretty
you know,
much.
Marjorie and Sharon Jones were together one show, greatest show in history.
Yes.
And Jesse has put together an ode to Marjorie Johnson, and it sounds like it's sung by Sharon Jones.
Down in Robbinsdale where the ovens glow, little lady with a big red bow, started late but she stole the show. Sweet rose swinging, let the ginger snaps flow. Marjorie, Marjorie, bake that beat, blue ribbons dancing down the state fair street. From the kitchen to the spotlight, what a feat. Marjorie Johnson got that sugar so sweet.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Years of flavor, never missed a jam. Cookies, cakes, honey glaze, oh man. From Pillsbury dreams to the Dap Kings band, she's the queen of the fair with a whisk in her hand. Marjorie, Marjorie, bake that beat, blue ribbons dancing down the state fair street. For kitchen to the spotlight, what a feat. Marjorie Johnson got that sugar so sweet.
Love that.
Red dress shining, heels click tight. Torch show lights on a summer night. Grammys, Emmy, she stole the bait with a basket of love and a smile so bright. Marjorie, Marjorie, bake that beat.
Bake that beat.
Blue ribbons dancing down the state fair street. From the kitchen to the spotlight, what a feat. Marjorie Johnson got that sugar so sweet.
Let us turn to I want to turn to my young assistant, Gabe. How did he do that?
I could do it right now. He
Yeah.
just went online.
There's several programs.
But don't you have to feed the words to the computer?
Yeah,
Not
my
necessarily.
But my guess is in this specific case, he did. I'm going to guess that he wrote this out, or he either did that, or he gave it an idea of who Marjorie is, what she did. That would be my guess too,
I would say that he wrote that and put it in there.
because it was very specific to who Marjorie is for sure.
But if you
Joe.
remembered how I was talking about Jimi Hendrix, people make songs of him and
Yep.
Amy Winehouse.
Yep.
My guess is he probably played her for the AI or gave the AI songs, and then said, "Do that style with these words."
Wow.
This is the Antichrist.
It's
This
well,
is evil incarnate.
I've
This
been
is
asking-
the end of the world.
What's his name? Busted Ray or Rust? Broken Rust, the
Yeah,
new AI
yeah.
guy?
Yeah, walk my walk or something like that.
Author's Corner. How long would it take you to find it? Because I have a great recommendation. It falls under the rubric of Author's Corner. So I don't know.
When
how
will the
long-
industry
Time for Author's Corner with Joe Souchere, and this one is a strike.
spin on that one?
Michael Conley, I've read virtually everything he's written. He created a detective named Harry Bosch. I think
He was in
that's
studio years ago.
yeah, that spun off into a television series.
I was just about to ask that if that's
and
what the
then
series was based off of.
then we learned in the books that he had a half brother named Mickey Haller, and that Mickey became the Lincoln lawyer, and that I believe was also movies or whatever. Well, the newest Michael Conley book is called Proving Ground, which is the term some lawyers use for that area in the court where they stand to make their final case. That's the proving ground. This is an extraordinarily entertaining book that is also extraordinarily informative. It's a lawsuit by a mother whose daughter was killed by her boyfriend because her boyfriend's chatbot told him to get rid of her.
Oh boy!
To get rid of her.
Oh, my.
But what I learned just enough to be dangerous about AI reading this book. I can't recommend it highly enough for any mother of kids.
Well,
who are coming up your kids are already exposed to the digital world. I can't recommend this highly enough for how they're ultimately and inevitably going to be exposed to the AI world.
I know where you're going, Chris.
Yep.
Go ahead.
No, it was your show. Go ahead. You and Jay had on Andy Luger a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, the killing.
Yeah.
Killing for fun.
What about killing for fun?
What did we call it? Nihilistic something murders.
Mm-hmm.
Nihilistic violent something. Where the new craze is just go out and kill, Joe, for no reason whatsoever.
And this is
no
sweeping
ideology
through
whatsoever. Just kill.
Between what did he say? What was the age range? 10 to 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
Well, the point of this book, it's a page turner from page 1 until it concludes. It's a page turner, and it's Mickey Haller suing this company called Tidal Wave, and they're an AI company they have a business division, a cultural and social division, and under cultural and social, apparently a 15-year-old teenage boy could find a 15-year-old teenage girl to chat with. And of course, this 15-year-old boy got too taken with her. And the ultimate point of the book is that if guardrails aren't put in place to monitor what the artificial character is going to learn or be trained by, that artificial character can summon some bad things.
Are you familiar with the Slender Man case in Wisconsin?
Yeah, but that wasn't artificial intelligence.
No, but it was a fictional supernatural character.
Right.
It wasn't that time, but it can be. Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to make this too complicated. It's a great novel, highly entertaining, and you will finish it with a lot of knowledge about AI, for me personally, that I never had.
What's it called again?
The Proving Ground. Michael Connelly has written, 40 books, 50 books. He's an annual New York Times bestseller. Most of them were the Harry Bosch detective stories set in L.A. They're all wonderful. This is a standalone trial piece, and it's just...
So I may as well promote Krabby this week because we already have guests scheduled. We're going to talk about AI-generated music and what that does to young artists and old artists in the music business. And we've got a young man that all GLers are familiar with scheduled, Dylan Height. Mm-hmm. We've got him for the first half of the show. For the second half of the show, we're going to talk to Jeff Dayton.
Okay.
And basically ask them the same question. Where are we headed? This can't be good. And find out what they know and what they think. So that's what we're doing on Wednesday.
So long as AI, Gabe, you jump in here when you have to. So long as AI is a function of human input, there's a chance for it to be good.
Okay, Hal.
Oh, wait. If AI gets to the point where it's training itself, God knows where it will go. Is that a fair statement?
That is, but I think man using it, human beings using it, is equally as evil, especially in the music and entertainment field.
Well, and in this trial, we learned that the biases acquired by this artificial young 15-year-old girl were not biases you wanted your 15-year-old son to be exposed to.
That's a consistent struggle with the companies that are building the AI models right now.
Well, then why aren't they exercising more moderation and guardrails?
The issue is, on one stand, you can have something like Grok, which is XAI, so Elon, where he, in the past, he, as in the AI, gave instructions on how to break into somebody's home and to sexually assault that person. And then
Elon himself did not do that.
No, somebody coerced the artificial model to give him the instructions on how to do it. And it was an internet prank, and Grok said, "Don't do this, but if you were, here's how."
Yeah.
And on the other hand, you have Google, like Gemini, that's their AI, who you ask them to show you a photo of the Nazis during World War II, and they show you 6 black women and a gay man in colorful clothes. So it's censored to the point of it won't give you the correct
Well, that's somebody's bias who doesn't believe in the Holocaust.
who is then putting that or training their artificial intelligent model to lie to the people.
Well, then here's the moral of the story. Don't mess with Uncle Terry when he's been drinking. No, here's the moral of the story would be these companies really have to vet their coders.
Yeah.
There's the moral.
Yeah.
But if you guys think it's going to stop with
No.
music, I mean, you're kidding yourself. I mean, we already are seeing
Or movies,
how much,
books,
books,
everything.
newspaper columns, and it's not going to stop.
Well,
Hasn't it been done with Joe already?
Yeah,
I know it's
there's
been done with Tom Bernard.
Well,
We had
Mike Fratelloni, I think I told you guys this. Mike Fratelloni took one of Joe's columns, entered it into whatever AI version he's using, and it created a 15-minute segment of a podcast.
yeah, he said make a podcast out of this.
And
I
they did.
played Tom Bernard for Tom Bernard, only it wasn't Tom Bernard talking.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, if you want a good thriller that'll also teach you a lot, I would read Proving Ground by Michael Conley, and that concludes today's Author's Corner.
Ladies and gentlemen of Garage Logic, it's time for another segment of Author's Corner with Joe Souchere. Author's Corner. Sometimes it gets a little bit crazy.
By the way, Chris, it was nihilistic, violent extremism.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah.
The traveling Lymans have departed Cape Town, South Africa. They're cruising to the east around the Cape of Good Hope, around the south coast of South Africa, and they have crossed into the Indian Ocean. You can follow the traveling Lymans at worldwidewaftage.com, and it's only because they come to us all the way from a vessel in the Indian Ocean. We didn't do much on this day, I'll tell you that. It was on this day,
November 17th.
in 1863, Winfield Scott Hammond was born in Southborough, Massachusetts. Prior to becoming the state's 18th governor, he functioned in various educational capacities as a high school principal in Mankato, super of schools in Madelia. Am I pronouncing it correctly? And president of the school board of St. James. He died on December 30, 1915, the second governor to die while in office. So there's another governor I have no real familiarity with, Winfield Scott Hammond. On this day,
Joe, today is November 17th.
in 1992, Jackpot Junction Casino, run by the Metawankton Dakota on the Lower Sioux Reservation in Morton, celebrated its 8th anniversary. What the hell? Is that important?
So what would it be now?
It is the first, well, it was the first Native American casino in Minnesota. Originally a bingo parlor, which is the official game of Catholicism. By 1998, it had become a fully operational casino.
Why wouldn't we have just added 8 years to that date and just say they opened?
that place was famous in my town up here because we used to have guys that would do cigarette runs. They would go down there with $500 and buy all these cartons of cigarettes for the locals.
On this day in Minnesota sports disappointment history,
Who would we lose to on November 17th?
there are no items posted for today's date.
Nothing?
Nothing. We didn't lose anything today on this day in history.
Okay.
All right, GLers, thank you.
Do us a favor if you have not done so already and hit subscribe on the Garage Logic YouTube channel. And on that YouTube channel, you can watch the show each and every single day starting right around noon. You can also see full segments, video shorts. There's even behind the scenes footage. It's all there for you. Just search Garage Logic on YouTube. And you can also search for us on all of our social media channels, which includes Facebook, Instagram, and X. And you can also sign up for the Daily Logician. That's an email that comes right to your inbox each and every single day, and it includes the most recent episode of the podcast. Find out more and sign up today at garagelogic.com.